Welcome to the 9 psychic gates of air, where we are actually in the process of getting ready to open up what is mystical, what is deep about air signs. They're not superficial like people like to believe. In fact, this is going to be a sacred transmission for the seekers, the mystics, for the shamans who are out there who walk between worlds through breath and through brilliance. The air element rules the mind, it rules the voice that I'm using, it rules the currents of inspiration itself. It is what shapes every creation on earth. These are the psychic technologies of thought channeled through Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, the 3 sacred winds of consciousness itself. And together we're going to awaken the mind's true magic, which is perception. This is balance. This is universal awareness. Let's open up the air gates with a thumbs up and a likes button. Subscribe if you're brand new and you really enjoyed this. As we walk into gate number 1 of the air signs, the celestial messenger. Gemini is the celestial messenger. And in our membership, we're going to be doing this. So gift 1, we talk about telepathic communication. This is Gemini's first psychic gate that is open through telepathic communication. Their mind itself is an antenna of light, capable of receiving thoughts, words, emotions long before they're actually spoken. This is why Gemini likes to kind of just say and blurt things out. But the responsibility with the psychic ability in this gift comes with a sacred duty to listen without attachment, to honor truth without judgment itself, to use your voice, but only for clarity and only for upliftment. And this is Gemini as the sailors. And so with this responsibility, I have an activation. This is mind-to-mind exchange. And in class, you'll be pairing with another shaman or mystic to send and receive messages through images, through focused breath, through intention, and literally through trust. And so this is something where I got Muay Thai coming up. Crap, my bad, guys. I got Muay Thai. I forgot. This is something where Gemini teaches us that the true voice begins in silence, where thought itself becomes the vibration. The vibration becomes the creation. And it's the first gift that we're going to walk through in our membership. So come do, check us out and join as we walk through gift number 2, which is automatic writing or autonomous writing, I like to also say. It's a second gift that flows through autonomous efforts through the pen and pad, where Gemini is literally channeling the higher consciousness, but into words. The hand, kind of how I'm doing, becomes a sacred wand, the pen, like Harry Potter, the bridge between heaven and earth, where magic happens. But here's the thing, they have a responsibility, and this responsibility is to keep your vessel clear. It's the toughest part for Gemini with the fuzziness in the mind. Your body and the mind itself are the channel. We have to ground often. I say we because I got that Gemini. We have to write, but only from love's frequencies. That's the responsibility for Gemini and his psychic ability. So when we think about the spiritual messenger who writes, we have to think, how will we invite our guides through deep breath work to set an intention of purity and let the language pour through us like wind over parchment paper, because Gemini likes old school stuff. So when Gemini writes, spirit will find its voice. And this is the second gift that we're going to be talking and discussing in our membership. So come join and practice this as we work through the third gift of Gemini, which is multidimensional perception. And this is the third eye. This is the third psychic gate, if you will, of multidimensional perception, where Gemini can see the layers behind every story, the hidden meaning in dreams. This is the 8th house relationship that Gemini and Scorpio has, okay? Scorpio rising is Gemini 8th house. And so behind the layers, the hidden meaning in the dreams, the unspoken patterns in sound, as well as in silence. And so with this power of multidimensional perception, there's a responsibility for Gemini to hold the wisdom gently. Your insight must heal, it must not dissect or cut. It must inspire, it must not overwhelm. And this is where Geminis, I think, who are immature still really kind of like to cut people up. But the thing is, they have ability to activate, and the activation for them looks like between the lines, of circle of union, there is stories that can be read out loud, and you're able to decode that through deeper and symbolic layers, learning to interpret the vibration itself as truth. And so Gemini is one who reminds us that we perceive between words. The message is often, how do I explain this? The way we perceive the world is through the third dimension of our words, and that itself is often the message itself that the universe has for us. That's more of what I would like to say. And so hit the thumbs up and the likes button as we step into Libra, who is the harmonizing oracle. And Libra's first gift is emotional telepathy. Very different, very probably unexpected. People think Libras are not emotional. But this is the first psychic gate of emotional telepathy, which is the ability to feel what others are feeling and to hear the emotion before it's also spoken. Similar Gemini, but this is a language of empathy. Gemini doesn't have empathy yet until Cancer. The whisper of the hearts move across space and time itself, which gives them a prime responsibility to protect your sacred field, to feel deeply, but to return home to yourself, which is where they mess up. For empathy without the grounding becomes a tremendous entanglement. And this is where you move from Libra to Scorpio. So Libra has the ability to activate this gift with heart-to-heart listening. And in our membership, we're going to be pairing with another, to tune into intuitively what we are describing. As for what we see, but when I say see, what I mean is what we sense in the emotional aura and field. This is a practice that opens the heart and the radar of the heart into unconditional love, which is the Venetian energy of Venus in Libra, not the Saturnian. So the thing is, Libra is teaching us that emotional truths travel on the breath. And when we exhale judgment, we inhale the connection. That is the balance, judgment to connection. The second gift of Libra, I should say, fifth gift total, is energetic mirroring. This is when the gate opens up through Libra's aura, which is a crystalline surface reflecting whatever energy stands in front or before it. That could be joy, sorrow, confusion, pain, peace, drama, and the art of Venus, right? And so this gives Libra a tremendous responsibility, which is to polish your internal mirror, but to do so daily, okay? And this is what Virgo teaches Libra. Only when your light is clear can you reflect to others the distortion that you're looking to balance within them, aka within yourself. Libra being one who's never tremendously balanced. So the activation is a reflective partner ritual that we're going to practice in our membership, where we're going to witness another's energy and reflect it back with presence. We're going to practice psychability, allowing both to see themselves through love's eye, through the window of love. And Libra is here to teach us that energy shifts are not by force, rather by reflection. This is the projection energy of Saturnian part of Libra, where Libra exalts. So hit the thumbs up and the likes button, and again, check in our membership and join us. It's only $33 a month, and that's just a low entry fee for you to get connected with people all over the globe. As we move into the third and final gift of Libra, which is psychic mediation, not meditation, mediation. Libra's final gate is psychic mediation, and this is the power to hold opposites in harmony, to stand in the middle of conflict itself, okay, like a politician, and breathe back balance into chaos, which gives Libra a tremendous responsibility as that politician to be calm, to be the center. As a mediator, you do not choose sides. You restore the dance between both and all sides, and that's the key. So in order to activate this gift, we'll practice this in a membership, all right, where we'll practice an activation of balancing that overwhelm, balancing the scales of mediation itself. We'll use visualization of two opposing energies, and through the breath itself, we'll be able to merge them into one field of radiant peace and bliss. And this is what Libra wants. It wants to remind us that harmony is not stillness, it is motion, moving in rhythm with them. And so this brings us to Libra. So again, hit the thumbs up and the likes button if you are rocking with this message. Subscribe if you're brand new. As we move into Aquarius, Aquarius is the visionary conduit. And I really like Aquarius a lot. I got that aqua in me, baby. Shout out to my Aquarius risings in the chat if you're here. And they have a gift, a psychic ability of collective conscious tapping, collective consciousness tapping, call it what you want. And Aquarius is the one open to that field of consciousness, higher understanding, the group mind. Okay, they connect to that group's mind by sensing humanity's thoughts itself, as well as their dreams, as well as their afflictions, before they actually manifest. And this is why it's a psychic ability, because Aquarius then is here to direct that manifestation, giving them a tremendous responsibility to honor what is received through discernment, because not every vision is meant to be shared. And seeing that ahead of time, aka in the future, is part of responsibility to share only with those who are aligned with the collective evolution. I have a Saturn and Aquarius in the 3rd house, and I've seen this, like, not blurting Gemini things out that I sense or see or feel before the person or the time in the group is ready. So when I look at this in our membership, we're going to focus on an activation where the group mind mediates as we breathe in to the crown chakra, the heart, and the root, because the crown and the root come together, and receive the transmissions from the collective field. So it's something we're going to practice as for the psychic ability, where Aquarius is then teaching us that when we think together with love, we become the voice of humanity's awakening. So the next second gift of Aquarius is future timeline viewing, being able to recognize that this particular psychic gate is the ability to glimpse into future, I'm doing it right now, timelines, future realities, and sense the energetic direction of destiny itself. So right now we have Pluto and Aquarius, for example. This is happening where collectively we're transforming this, giving us a tremendous responsibility of foresight with humility, not to control time, but to align yourself and myself with time, with the soul's divine rhythm. That focuses on an activation in our membership that we will be doing something called like visionary forecasting. And we'll travel 1 year ahead in spirit to meet our future selves, to witness what has been ready to emerge. And so Aquarius is the one who reminds us that the future is not waiting, it is whispering. It's whispering. As we move into the last and final gift, one of my favorite, electromagnetic energy reading or sensing. And electromagnetic sensing is the final air gate for Aquarius. This field of energy is what physics and the laws of this physical world operates from. And so Aquarius is one who can feel the vibration of technology itself, of crystals, of the pulse of the planet itself, and is able to decode the invisible frequencies through the electromagnetic sensing that hold form together. And Vedic astrology, I've talked about this, is Shata Bishak. Okay? Now, the responsibility for Aquarius is to bridge science and spirit together. So they have both, the logic and the illogical. And to read energy, but with reverence, with a deep respect, remembering that every frequency itself is a message from source, even if you're able to make logical sense of it. Giving them the power, and when class, we'll focus on the activation of subtle energy and scanning those subtle energies so that you can sense through touch, tone, vibration. Touch is huge for Aquarius. This is why when Aquarius get a little sticky icky, they just become enlightened. Okay? Awakening this inner techno mystic and anchoring light itself into the circuitry. Aquarius is one of the ones who reminds us that energy is consciousness when it is made visible. And so when I think about this, I want to say hit the thumbs up and the likes button again. When you master your air elements, you master the art of divine communication. You become the translator between heaven and earth, the translator of humanity's needs and dreams, a vessel that messages, intends and communicates a message of those visions, those truths, to literally uplift humanity. So join us inside of our Shaman's Roundtable to activate your air and your psychic gifts of air, or download the 12 gates, of 9 gates of air, 12 gates that will focus on total for all 12 zodiac signs. So the link is down below in the chat. You could download that as a course. You could join us live. Together we'll breathe life into thought and the thought into destiny itself. So my name is Pernell Bobby. I'm enjoying this. I will enjoy you. You will enjoy the course or our membership. Connect with people from many different countries, languages. There are no barriers here. Subscribe if you're brand new. I love you. I got some new exciting things on the YouTube coming up soon.